Hi folks, it's me Hannah. Hey. Okay, so time for a fuzzy little story. Earlier today, I was in a desperate need of going, and so I rushed into the bathroom at this apartment, my current apartment. But when I got to the commode, I noticed a distinctive little spot. And initially, I was under a lot of pressure to go. So initially, I was like, okay, tiny little black spot, likely debris from the ventilation fan directly above the commode. Solution, flush the toilet. So I was about to flush the toilet when I suddenly realized the possibility of the little spot being a spider. So I pulled back, like, emergency stop, abort, Hannah, abort. And then I pulled back and I did not flush the toilet there and then. And then I proceeded to take a closer look. My eyes were blurry, so it was like, it was a frustrating feeling, like I couldn't really see clearly, but I managed to make out the tiny little legs on the sides of the little spot. And then after like a few seconds, the little spider, she knew that I was there, and she had made eye contact with me because she was looking up, and then she spreaded her legs, and well, I guess she wasn't sure what to do. I mean, she was stuck on the side of the commode wall where she couldn't really get out of. She was trying not to fall into the water. At the same time, there's this giant human being, like, there now, right next to the commode. And so I saw, like, I could make out her little, like, legs, and then I could make out what kind of spider she was. She was like, she closely resembled a black widow, but she wasn't a black widow. So in the past, I have handled black widows, and I am very careful when handling black widows because a reason being their excessive preoccupation with themselves, their lack of situational awareness, their lack of awareness of their surroundings, increasing their likeliness of being startled and of acting out of haste. It was really, really kind of gross that I was going to have to rescue her from inside the commode. So I was like, gross. The reason why I rescued the little spider was, I guess, because I empathized with her. I thought to myself, what if I were in a similar situation, like not inside a toilet, bowl, of course, not. What if I was stuck on the side of a giant dam and I couldn't really pull myself out of the dam? And what if, like, at that instant, what if someone, let's say a dam operator, were to show up, on the top of the dam? And what if the dam operator were to see me, with trying to hold on to my dear life on the side of the dam. Well, the dam operator could either ignore me and open the dam up and flush me down with the water, or less paperwork, and a lot less effort on his or her part. But then at the same time, from my perspective, I would not have wanted to die. Yeah, so that's why I rescued the spider. I empathize with the spider, and if the little spider got stuck on the surface that's on the inner side of the ball, on the inner side of the ball, the little spider is really, really tiny, and there is no way, because of her little anatomy, she would have been able to dive into the water and swim across. She wasn't designed to be that way. Yeah, and then on the other side of that, the only way out of that area would have been towards the sewer. So I felt really bad for her. I didn't want that happening to her. I didn't want to put her through that. I had watched Ace Ventura movies before, and I totally empathize with Ace Ventura. That scene where he had to go into the cave to rescue the bat. Yeah, so I went and got me a piece of, like, a half sheet of paper towel, and I offered the half sheet of paper towel like about an inch away from her. She seemed to know exactly what I was trying to do. She walked towards the paper towel. She climbed on top of the paper towel, and she slowly walked, like, up the paper towel towards my hand, and I didn't feel threatened at all, but instead I felt like I knew what she was trying to do. She was trying to get to, like, further away, from this kind of damp, tip of the paper towel. And if I were in a similar situation, I probably would have done similar. So, and then she stopped about a couple of inches away from my hand, and she was like, "Okay, I'm just going to stay right here. Thank you." And so I said, "That's fine. That's exactly where I want you to stay for the next few seconds." So I set the paper towel next to a cabinet in the bathroom, and with her on the paper towel. And I told myself, "Okay, Sunny, we can go now." And I flushed the toilet, and I sat down, and I went. And then I was like, such a relief. So, yep, so now it was time for celebration, and I was like, yeah, good job, Sunny, good job. Yep, so that's the fuzzy little story, and I hope you enjoyed it. Laters.